you are enjoying these giant bedtime stories and want to follow along on the giant's adventures, please hit the subscribe button down below. Also, don't forget to like this story. Enjoy the meditation.
Tell me a giant story.
Hello, my giants out there. It's time to get comfortable in your bed. Rest your head. Grab your blanket. I'm going to tell you a story about the time the giants had a nibbler in their house. When the nibbler arrived, it went unnoticed for quite some time. But on occasion, the giant children would notice that something was a bit off. One of them would get a hole in their sock and think, I must have worn this sock too much. Sometimes a cookie would go missing from the cookie plate, and all the giants would just think, oh, the other sibling must have eaten it, or Mom or Dad must have eaten it. Sometimes things would be moved, and when questioned, nobody would know who had moved it. Like the time Luna was missing one of her shoes. "Bo, did you take my shoe?" Bo would say. "Oh?" Luna would ask, "Apple, Peach, Banana, did you take my shoe?" Apple, Peach, Banana would say, "No." Then Luna would ask Ernie, "Ernie, where did you put my shoe?" And Ernie would say, "I didn't touch your shoe." It was quite the mystery. And then sooner or later the shoe would turn up and they'd go about their day again. It was beginning to get obvious to the giant children that something was going on. Bo woke up one morning to one of his art projects completely ripped up all over the floor. "Who ripped out my art project?" Well, none of his siblings would admit that they had done it, and Bo finally had to believe him. One day, Apple, Peach, Banana, and Luna had worked really hard on making a block tower. They had worked so hard they decided that they would leave it overnight and work on it again in the morning. Unfortunately, when they woke up the next morning to go work on their block tower, it had been tipped over. "Who tipped over our tower?" Apple, Peach, Banana asked. "Yeah, we worked on that tower for hours. Ernie, was it you?" Ernie just shook his head. No, he had not knocked over the tower. Eyes turned to Bo. No, he had not knocked down the tower either. Who could have knocked down Apple, Peach, Banana, and Luna's tower? Tensions were getting high in the household. Everyone was blaming everyone else for all of these things happening. The holes in the clothes, the ripped up artwork, the ruined projects. Lots of finger pointing was happening. Then Mom Giant intervened. "Guys, I'm wondering if we have a nibbler in our house." "Nibbler?" Luna asked. "What's a nibbler, Mom?" Mom Giant explained. "A nibbler is a little creature that comes in your house, makes themselves comfortable, and begins to feel like they are part of the family. They're very sneaky, though, and they're very hard to spot." Apple, Peach, Banana asked, "Are nibblers real? They don't sound real." Mom Giant answered, "Of course they're real. Who else would have ripped up your art project? Who else would have eaten the last cookie? Who else would have moved the shoes around the house?" Bo thought about it and said, "Yeah, I think there is a nibbler in this house." Luna asked, "Mom, what does a nibbler look like, and can we find it?" Mom Giant answered, "Nibblers are very small creatures. They're very hard to find. But if we keep our eye out and look for clues, we just might find our nibbler somewhere. They're furry. They have fur all over their bodies. They also have a long tail, ears that stick out from its head, and antlers. They have antlers, Mom? Apple Peach Banana asked. Yes, they do. We'll have to look to see if we can find our nibbler here at our house. I think we should set a trap, Luna offered. Yeah, a trap. We'll definitely catch it in a trap, Bo said. They gathered up the supplies they needed. A box, some bait, and a stick. They set the bait inside the box. They used a cookie, of course. They'd set the box up on a stick. That way, when the nibbler would sneak into the box to eat the cookie, the stick would get knocked down, trapping the nibbler inside. The only thing left to do is wait, Luna said. And they waited. Waited and waited. They went to bed. They woke up the next morning, checked the box. They did not catch the nibbler. Apple Peach Banana said, "Look over here!" She had noticed that the cactus plant had been dug up. Who dug up the cactus? Luna knew immediately. I bet it was the nibbler. Sure enough, the nibbler had dug in the cactus plant. It had dug up the dirt all around the cactus, and the poor cactus was tipped over in the pot. Why did the nibbler go after the cactus plant and not eat our cookie? Mom Giant answered that one. Nibblers are way smarter than we think they might be. The nibbler probably knows that you set a trap and is angry that you're trying to catch it. Oh, of course, Bo said. The box and bait is just so obvious. We gotta be trickier and smarter than the nibbler. Luna suggested, we need to go outside and make up a plan so the nibbler can't hear us. They went outside, far away from their mountainside home, and discussed a plan. Then they went back to their giant home, ate some lunch, and Luna said very loudly, "Oh, I'm so tired after being outside and eating a big, delicious lunch. I'm just gonna lay down right here on the floor." And she lay down. Bo was next. "Oh, that makes me tired too. I'm just gonna lay right here on this chair for just a little bit." He then laid on the chair. Apple Peach Banana said, "Oh, I'm getting sleepy too. I'm gonna lay right here on the couch." And little Ernie Giant just yawned, "Oh," and laid next to his sister Apple Peach Banana on the couch. They laid there for quite a while. And after about 10 minutes, they started making sleepy sounds. Ernie was actually really sleeping because it was his nap time. But the other 3 giants were pretending to sleep. And they had left their lunches out on the table. And they had left art projects out on the counter. And they had left a tower built off to the side. And they had left their shoes from when they came inside from making their plan right next to the door. And as they were laying there, making their sleep sounds, they could hear a noise. They didn't get up. They didn't move. and they didn't stop making their sleep noises. They heard it getting closer to them and closer, and then scurry right past them. Luna and Bo and Apple Peach Banana opened their eyes just a tiny bit while they were still pretending to sleep. And they saw it. They saw their nibbler. Their nibbler wasn't eating the food they left out. It wasn't knocking over their tower. It wasn't touching their shoe. And it was not ripping up their art projects. It was doing something it had never done before. The nibbler was taking everything out of the pantry. It took the cereal boxes out of the pantry. It took rice out of the pantry, and canned corn, and canned beans, and noodles, and pasta sauce, and applesauce. It was taking everything out of the pantry and laying it on the floor. At this point, Apple Peach Banana, Bo, and Luna couldn't hold it in anymore. They popped up from their pretend naps and said, "Gotcha!" The nibbler was so stunned it didn't know what to do. It froze. Oh man, that nibbler was cute, thought Apple Peach Banana. Luna said, "It's okay, nibbler. We're not mad. Come here." The nibbler didn't know what to do. It had never been caught by anybody before. It still froze. Bo snuck up to it really slowly and put his hand out. The nibbler still froze. Apple Peach Banana snuck up next, put her hand out, and the nibbler still didn't move. Luna came over last and went and picked that nibbler right up and snuggled it to her chest. "Oh, you're such a cute little nibbler. You sure cause a lot of trouble, though. What are you doing taking all this stuff out of the pantry?" The nibbler just looked at Luna with her wide eyes and said, Apple Peach Banana said, "I'm gonna ask Mom if we can keep it." She found her mom and said, "Mom, we caught the nibbler. Can we please keep it? It's so cute." Mom Giant reminded Apple Peach Banana, Bo, and Luna that nibblers make a big mess. Apple Peach Banana said, "Well, why is the nibbler here?" And Mom explained that when houses aren't kept tidy, nibblers come out. They know that they won't be noticed, so they can join the family and start doing whatever they want. Nobody would notice who was making the mess. After some debating with their mom, they decided that the nibbler could go live somewhere else. They didn't like it when their art projects got ripped. They didn't like it when cookies got stolen. And they didn't like it when their towers they had worked on all day got knocked over. Luna asked, "But how do we get rid of it? How do we get rid of the nibbler?" Mom Giant said, "Well, I think that you guys caught it today and that might scare it off. But just to make sure, we have to clean up everything. That way the nibbler will know that we will know when the nibbler is here." "Oh, we have to clean up," said Bo. "Yes, we do," Mom Giant said. The Giants took the rest of the day and did a lot of cleaning. They cleaned under the couch even, organized their art projects in files, and put their shoes on the shelves where they belonged. When When they were done, Luna said, "Now we will notice when the nibbler is here. Everything is in its proper place." And from that day on, they didn't notice any nibblers coming into their house unless they hadn't kept it tidy. Because as soon as their house was untidy, a nibbler would show up and cause things to go missing and things to break. Yes, nibblers are cute and adorable, but they're also very mischievous and cause problems around the house. The end. Good night, Giants.